How you guys doing? This is very important in reference to estate law and deeds laws and property laws and facts in America. I am the owner of my mother and father's companies, properties, estates, copyrights, family history. I am the only child, and I'm the last of the bloodline of my mother and father and grandparents, and the bloodline does not change in reference to my mother and father's estates and companies and property ownership and history. Estate law outranks government. If there's anybody in government that does not, if there's anybody in government that does not support the fact of my rights of ownership, there's no legal right for them to be in government. It is a nationwide law and factual law that I am the owner of my mother and father's estates and companies and land and properties and businesses forever. Anybody supporting these false claims of these government people, of these people trying to steal from me, sperm thieves, blood thieves, forgers, con artists, manipulators, anybody in government not supporting the facts of my rights of ownership would not have a legal right being in American government or in this country. I am the rightful owner. I am the only child of my mother and father. The activities of any person conflicting with the facts of the laws of my ownership would not have any right being in any power of authority position of any office of government. You don't have status above me, and you won't ever. Any activities of abuses or lawsuits that these people are squatting on, or insurance monies that I was supposed to have received, or anybody defrauding me or stealing from me, can get prosecuted. The physical assault from satellite, where's the lawsuits? They're still hitting me in the face and teeth right now. Where's the lawsuit monies from the past? Lawsuits open and close every day. So in reference to what they've done to me yesterday, burning me with a satellite, where's the money? And all the other previous days, over 6,000 plus days. Where's the lawsuit monies and insurance monies? And in reference to problematic situations of people continuously stealing monies or letters from my postal mail that people have tried to send to me, how many days have you allowed them to do that? You've been allowing them to do that for over 26 years. That is criminal. Obviously, that problem has not been solved in reference to the activities of the illegal theft of postal mail that people have been stealing from me, that I was supposed to have received. Anybody in American government that does not support my rights of ownership would not have a legal right being in government. My rights of ownership are protected. My rights of ownership are protected by treasury laws, deeds laws, Supreme Court laws, forever. Anybody that's had contact with anybody that's tried to hold me hostage before, anybody that's had contact with any person, whether in the phone, over the phone, or in person, or even if they did the winkety wink, 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 wink kind of thing. The hand signals, the manipulations, the setups, the activity of people trying to sneak up on me, people trying to abuse me, people trying to sneak into the property to steal things, people trying to manipulate things. People need to go to court. People trying to manipulate cameras, people trying to cover up CIA or FBI trespassing, or people trying to conceal or trying to hide that they're tied in with the CIA or FBI and they're trying to steal my mother and father's estates. Those people need to go to court. You are not allowed to conceal that you are working for the FBI or CIA communists that are trying to steal from me. Even if you're female, even if you're male, or even if you're transgender, you don't have a right trying to steal from me and my mother and father's companies or estates. If you're in government and you're trying to manipulate, or you're trying to steal, or you're blocking me from my rights of freedom, and we know you're blocking me from my mother and father's mansions, and you're blocking me from revenues and monies that friends of mine may have sent that they write off. You're costing me tax credits, government man. When you have stolen things that people had sent to me, monies or things that they were supposed to write off that they tried to send to me, you're costing me tax credits. You're costing me millions of dollars. And you must be prosecuted for your theft. Back to the point. Any executive or any employee of the company not supporting the fact of law and my rights of ownership must be fired from all the companies, whoever anybody is. I'm the majority shareholder of all my mother and father's companies, and I am the owner, whichever companies are on Wall Street. I am the owner of the parent companies of my mother and father's companies and my grandparents' companies. Forever. Anybody blocking me is suspect to investigation. Investigations by the IRS or the Treasury. It wouldn't be an investigation from the FBI or CIA. Those people do those things where they try to change their men. A lot of people in the FBI and CIA are criminals. And they're usually conspiring with the thieves. And some of them have tried to get on payroll of my mother and father's companies illegally. And there's been some politicians that have been illegally on payroll of the studios and other companies. And some of them are the ones holding me hostage. If any of them are on payroll and you're conspiring against the business laws, the property laws, and the running of the companies, and the fact that I am the owner, if you are conspiring with or you're conspiring against my ownership, you can get prosecuted. I am the owner forever. They messed me in my mouth when I was talking just a second ago. Do you understand that? If you are an American government on any level, or if you are even an American citizen, because, you know, the government tries to fake their identities and they use impersonators trying to fake that they're American citizens and common people when they're falsely making accusations and they're trying to make false impersonations of position where they're trying to steal my identity and my mother and father's companies and estates. I am the rightful owner forever. Anybody in this country conflicting with that can get deported, even if you've been an American for a long time. Even if you faked your citizenship a long time ago, or several generations ago. Or you snuck into the country and then you tried to steal my mother and father's estates back in the what? The 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or in the years of 2000. The activity of anybody conflicting with my rights of ownership is suspect for investigation. The Treasury and the IRS can investigate people and their fraud of conspiring against me. And the fact of information, I am the owner of my mother and father's estates forever. That is the facts forever. I'm the only 100% bloodline of my mother and father. Both my parents was super rich. My grandparents was super rich. Because they created companies. They made products. And they sold products domestically and internationally. And in European history, too. And Asian history and international history. And other friendly countries. How you guys doing? So in reference to, and hello Mexico, and hello Canada, and hello South America, and Asia, you know, China, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Thailand, and other countries. And other big countries, too. Lots of things of importance, and small countries, and hello, Hawaii. So, you know, in reference to these people, and hello, Florida Keys, and hello, Florida, and other cities and states in America, and and other countries. Friendly acknowledgments. But, in reference to any American government person trespassing into my life, trying to stir up problems or trying to cause me problems, or any satellite controller, or any spy of some man that tried to set up ways of slandering my character, or some man in government, or even if they had any contact with any of the people on the hate club list. See, the hate club list is a list of illegal people that conflicted with the facts of American estate laws. My parents gave me everything when they were alive, and I am the owner forever, and it's never signed, never, never gave, never sold, never, never. Not ever going to either. Somebody communicated something about the ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's another lawsuit. Every time they try to make me say the ABCs or the 1, 2, 3s, it is lawsuits. They're trying to perpetuate some accusations, while they're trying to mess with my mouth when I'm talking or when I say the ABCs or 1, 2, 3s. The activity of these satellite controllers and their crimes of abuse and their lies and trickery. Any of you people that had contact with any of the people that's held me hostage or slandered my character, you are suspect. In reference to the activities of people conspiring against me and their conformity crimes of them trying to downgrade, trying to slander my character is crimes, and it is illegal. So in reference to points of information for why some people was trying to make it look like a contest, no, you're physically assaulted and damaged my face and teeth. You've tried to steal my penis and genitals. You've tried to steal my body shape. You've been burning my tailbone and bones. You've been burning my hips. That's attempted murder. And you've been burning my toes. And you've thinned out my toenails, which is attempted murder too. Anything you're touching and damaging, government man, is attempted murder every time. And don't forget, these criminals was the ones that murdered my parents. And then they channeled through other people to try to cover up that they were the ones that murdered my parents, and these people stole from my parents. They tried to channel through different people to make it look like they weren't the ones doing it, these criminals. And it is treason. Anybody in American government that doesn't support the facts of who I am and who my biological parents are. The Royal Protocol's been in the media since I was born. And I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates, and I have the status of my mother and father and grandparents and family history. So anybody that's blocking me is subject to arrest and apprehension. I am the owner of my mother and father's estates forever. It's on document at the Treasury and internationally, and England's Treasury and Italy's Treasury and France and Ireland's Treasury, and at the Treasury departments in Asia and in Mexico and in Canada. So you'd wonder why these people would try to conspire with their tricks. Doesn't make sense, does it? There's more documents in many places, and these people are still trying to make up lies with their impersonators. Royal Protocol's in the media 24 hours a day. I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates, and I have the status of my mother and father forever. Which people are stealing the postal mail? Which people are trying to block me from my mother and father's offices? Royal Protocol's in the media 24 hours a day. People have to get arrested.